Hello and welcome to Marnie's Story Time. Stories and videos are created and read by Marnie and brought to you by Barnell Product.
Hello and welcome to Marnie's Story Time. I'm a little late with a few stories, so let's see what we've got today. It's also a little cool today, so winter is coming and Marnie's library is a tad cold. So let's see how we go with our story today. And this one is Amanda's Butterfly, and it's written by Nick Butterworth. Oh, my fingers are cold. Good. One sunny morning, I woke up before anybody else in the house. I sat up in bed and read a story to my friends. And it was a story about a butterfly. The story gave me an idea, and I decided I'd catch a butterfly, and all I needed was my butterfly net. Just one piece of equipment to go butterfly hunting. Out in the garden, I looked for a butterfly amongst the flowers. You have to move really slowly, because if you're twitchy, I think I must have twitched by the chrysanthemums. I decided to look in a patch of long grass and poppies at the end of the garden. Suddenly, the sun went in, the sky filled with clouds, and it started to rain. And the rain got heavier, and I thought I'd better take some shelter. I sat in the shed and waited, and I watched the rain splashing on the windowsill and in the puddles on the pathway, and it went on and on. Suddenly, a little box of screws fell down on the bench next to me. It made me jump. I wonder what did that. Then I knew. Behind the box, I could see a beautiful wing. And very slowly, I reached out for my butterfly net. But as I pulled away the box, I got a big surprise. It wasn't a butterfly, it was a fairy. A real fairy. A really real fairy. The fairy looked quite upset. She had torn her wing on some thorns, and she couldn't fly. And because she couldn't fly, she couldn't go home. I knew I must help the fairy, but I didn't know how. I told her not to worry. My dad's good at mending things. He nailed the door back onto my doll's house yesterday. Perhaps that would work. No, that's really not a good idea. I looked for something else in one of the drawers under the bench. No, I didn't think these were going to be much help either. Lots of heavy tools, pliers and things. No. But there was something at the bottom of the drawer, so I tugged really hard. I wonder what it was. Oh, whoops. Whatever it was jerked out of the drawer and knocked the poor fairy straight off the bench. Oh dear. But the fairy wasn't hurt, just a little bit dizzy, and she felt lovely in my hand as I picked her up and put her back on the bench. We were both fed up and we couldn't think of what to do. And I had an idea, a brilliant idea. And I ran back to the house as fast as I could. The rain was still pouring down. I had to get something from the desk in the sitting room. I was glad there was no one around. I didn't want anyone to see me. They might start asking really awkward questions. I ran back down the path to the shed. My hair was soaked. I think it would be more than just her hair that was soaked. This will do the trick, I told the fairy, and I showed her a big roll of sellotape. And I told her to keep very still, and carefully I bit off a little piece of sellotape and I stuck it over the hole in her wing. There, it worked, and the fairy was delighted. The wing looked as good as new. But would she be able to fly? There was only one way to find out. Yes, she could fly. Hooray! She flew around the light 3 times and then floated back down to the ground. The fairy was very happy, and so was I, and it had stopped raining. We crept out of the shed. It was very bright outside. The sun had come out again, and the path was streaming in the sunshine. Steaming in the sunshine. That's when all that water on the pathway was drying out and it was raising steam into the air. It was time to say goodbye. The fairy floated gently up into the sky. "Goodbye, fairy," I cried. "I hope to see you again." I really, really do. I think she liked her blue fairy. Wasn't quite the butterfly hunting she set out to do. But never mind. I think a fairy is just as nice. Maybe even better than the butterflies. Maybe you'd like to go hunting in the garden. See how many butterflies you can find. White ones, coloured ones, plain ones. Maybe you'll have to go butterfly hunting and write down in a notebook which ones you saw and how many. That could be a lot of fun in the garden. That's today's story. I'll see you next time on Marnie's Story Time.
Well, that's the end of today's video story. We hope you enjoyed it. And to see more of Marnie's stories, press subscribe and the notification button to be notified of new postings as new stories are put up.